Man, people kill me with these interview questions. And you know, fans was thinking the same thing.
Manny, it seemed, where was Mikey's skill tonight? Why wasn't he able to have any success, you think?
I don't understand these questions that well, I guess I expect them. A lot of people don't understand boxing, you know. The reason why he's asking Manny was able to translate his power and his style. Even though Manny Pacquiao could style, Manny Pacquiao would dictate the pace. Mikey Garcia had none of that. That's why I said he was a boring fighter. And he is a boring fighter. You can't fight a fight. I don't care if he got knockouts on his resume. You can't fight a fight and you're waiting on your opponent to attack before you can attack. That's a boring fighter. It's boring. Now you add into the fact he moves up in the 147 division and is fighting one of the bigger welterweights. And he's a weight type of a fighter. He stands back and wait. He's not as active. And his power doesn't translate where you can get respect. It's a boring fighter. You're going to lose. That's a recipe for a loss. Rigondeaux. When Rigondeaux fights, he got knockouts on his resume. He's a boring fighter. I think he is. Because all he does is counter and wait on his opponent to throw a punch before he throws something with intent to knock you out. He doesn't press fighters or dictate it unless he has you hurt. Same way Mikey Garcia is. They make weight divisions for a reason. Manny Pacquiao moved up in weight. His power translated as he moved up. He was still not. He was destructive with his power until they start talking PEDs and saying steroids, and he started looking crazy in the camera. And all of a sudden, the power was gone. He started knocking out people, and he started looking like a human. We wasn't looking unhuman no more. His skills were still there. His power wasn't there no more. That he was destructive with. I don't understand why his handlers, especially his brother Robert, would tell him, and Robert said it himself, he's advised him not to take the fight. And then you still let him take the fight. Robert knows boxing, knew he wasn't going to beat this man. But you know, he wanted his brother since he felt he can do it, he can be great. That was a stupid, well, I can't say it wasn't stupid, Carl, because it really didn't. It still was a win-win situation for Mikey Garcia. You know, he just got a L on his resume, and people say, well, he had hard to move up. But he knew if he lost, he still was an excuse. He was a little guy. So it really made no sense. I mean, it didn't make no difference. It didn't make a difference. He used to move down to 135 and do his due diligence in that weight division. Spence might end up getting this Manny Pacquiao fight. He's sitting pretty good in the welterweight division as far as perception and popularity and who's running shit. He is. Thurman fucked himself. And the reason why, and this is my personal opinion, I don't have no facts to back this up. I think that Thurman had that foreign object in his elbow floating around for a while. That is an injury that's been lingering and lingering and lingering, and he just picked the time. He picked the wrong time to do that, to have the surgery. I think he picked the wrong time. It's because he didn't want no parts of Errol Spence. And here come Terrence Crawford at that time. Terrence Crawford was moving up in the division too. But I think it was more so Errol Spence. He didn't want to fight him. He said, you know what? I'm going to let these guys duke it out. He tried to pull a Mayweather. When Mayweather retired and let all the guys fight, and then he come back when he fought Marquez, I think he tried to pull that, and it hurt him. Because now Thurman, he fought his last fight. He almost got stopped. He didn't look good at all. Ain't nobody talking about Keith Thurman no more. Who? It's Spence and Terrence Crawford. And me personally, I think Terrence Crawford's style matchup with Errol Spence, I think Terrence Crawford is the best welterweight in the division. That's just my personal opinion. I've been saying this. I think Terrence style will match up really good with Errol Spence. I think he's the only person that can beat Errol Spence in the division. I don't think nobody else can beat Errol Spence in that division, but Terrence Crawford. Now, and if anybody else can beat Terrence Crawford, that's you know, we gonna see what Khan does. But I just think Terrence Crawford. I like him out of the whole welterweight division. Personal opinion. And like I say, ain't nobody talking about Keith Thurman. You know, when guys get that belt like Porter, and you have split decisions, just like Keith Thurman has split decisions. Those guys, or Danny Garcia, you don't know if those guys can hold the belt more than 2 fights. Yeah, they got the belt, they the champion, but those are not the real stars. The real stars do it like Errol Spence has been doing to his opponents, either stopping them or domination. Mikey Garcia didn't win a round. I didn't have him winning not 1 round. It wasn't competitive. It was a boring fight like I said it was going to be. Or it was a boring, just boring, man. They need to go ahead and make that Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao. I think now, once he get that Manny Pacquiao fight under his belt and have it on his resume, he's the man at the division. He got the legendary. He'll have the legendary, and let's just say he stopped Manny Pacquiao. Just for the sake of the conversation, if he stopped Manny Pacquiao, he's the man. He's the man of the division. He gonna dictate all the terms. I mean, he's the A side. He'll be the A side, most definitely. And it is what it is. But be it may, I mean, this fight is what I thought it was gonna be. He had no business fighting Errol Spence. It looked like a sparring match. Oh, and I want to say this. I think around the 7th or 8th round, you can see it in Mikey Garcia's face. He was so confused. He didn't know what to do. He had no clue on what to do. No clue. Then he got so tired, his punches, the little power that he had, was gone. That's why Errol Spence started really trying to dictate, walk him down and get the knockout, but he couldn't get the knockout because Mikey Garcia's defense was pretty good at covering up because he's a counter fighter. He's been doing this his whole career. It's hard to hit somebody that's always trying to counter. They just waiting for openers. It's just boring. And then Errol Spence, he was tired around the 11th round. His punches didn't really have no sting on it no more. He wasn't getting nobody up out of there. And you seen it in his face. He got to the point where he was like, fuck it, I ain't going to get him out of here. He just, But, Mikey went the distance. It is what it is.